What's going on? What's going on YouTube? It's your boy, Dr. Young Gun, in the house. Today we are rolling through and we are trying to see how is the Goldwing, the 2023 Goldwing, going to handle the curve today. As of right now, I am loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Most of the times I'm in eco mode, but right now I think I'm in tour mode. But as you can see, I'm getting in sport mode because we're getting ready to go through a lot of different twisties, and I love the fact that the sport mode really holds the gears. As you can see now, I'm in 5th gear and it's holding it very well. A lot of high RPMs, good with the stopping here. Right now we're in Kentucky on Route 169. Anybody that lives in the area, you already know that 169 is a beautiful route. Very beautiful. Take you from Richmond all the way in where I live at, all the way into Nicholsville. This guy right here, I don't know what his deal is, but you're gonna see a lot of times, like here in Kentucky, when we notice that a motorcycle is behind us, we have respect and we let you pass by. So looks like he's about to let me go past. What is he doing? Yep. So he's letting me go past, but I wasn't gonna pass until I knew for a fact that there was no cars coming around that curve. I mean, a lot of times around here, you know, you never know what's coming. One thing about coming around these mountains and stuff is you got to know about your lean angle and where you want to put your tires at, because again, I keep my tires towards the center and away, because as I lean, you know, your body is over the double yellow lines, which any good motorcyclist already knows that. So unless you can really see around it, as you can see here, you can pretty much see around the curve, but you know, these are some pretty steep curves. The cool part about 169 is you're gonna see is we're coming up here to the ferry. The cool thing about this ferry that a lot of people does not know is you know, they help out with people who are like convicts.
Well, we are
convicts, sorry. when they go get
I
out
really
of
like
jail
that.
or etc. And
See the ferry there.
so now I'm getting ready. Now it's our turn to get on the ferry. This is the only way to get across Route 169. This thing is running all day, every day. At nighttime, if you're coming through at night, you are out of luck. So you can actually, I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not, but at the top on each side, there's big old big wires that's up there. I don't know if you can see at the top right and on the top left. So they're basically going forward and backwards the entire time. And so, and this is free. It's free to go by, go through here. So that's a good thing, for sure. So I make sure anytime I get on here, you know, especially with the DCT, it really does good. You know, at first I was very hesitant with the DCT. At first, especially with making the tight curves and everything else, or like making U-turns, I was afraid because I felt like I didn't have a lot of control at the beginning, because you know you don't have a clutch. But over time, I did. So I learned that. As you can see here now, we are across the Kentucky River. One thing about the DCT is if you forget, and I have done this before, I have ridden probably like 5 feet and forgot that I didn't release my parking brake. That is something.
Thank you.
All right, thanks guys. Those guys there, I mean, again, all day long, they're just going back and forth on the ferry. Okay, white car looks like they're gonna let us pass. Black car, are you gonna let me pass?
They're letting me pass as well.
All right, Thank you. You know, every time I pass by that little store there on the right that just passed, I always wonder, like, if those walls can talk, what in the world would they say? And especially what would the back room say? Leave me a like or a comment. Matter of fact, leave me a comment what you think that those walls would be able to say. I bet you that building, you know, if anybody know about a little bit of research about that, you know, leave a like or leave a comment down there to see. A lot of times coming down this road on 169, we get out from work, it's not far from my house, so my wife Amelia and I, we tend to, we'll both get home or whatnot, and we're like, okay, you want to do the loop? So we'll come down this road here, and about a mile back, if I would have made a left turn, it would have actually taken us back around another way that would allow us to make like a big old circle. And I mean, there's no straight roads really in it. So after you came through here, you're set. And that little hump back there, good Lord, that thing, I mean, you can't really tell, but the bike sometimes comes off the ground, especially the rear tire. And there's a house that's coming up here on the right. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is they built an entire tree house right there. And they have a barnuminium. Barnuminiums, it seems like they are becoming a huge trend nowadays where people are, you know, a lot of people may say, well, hey Doc, what in the world is a barnuminium? Well, basically they're building barns and making them into a house. And, you know, people are saving a lot of money on those. And I've watched those people build that from scratch, and I think they're doing it themselves, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty cool, for sure. Here in Kentucky, I'm telling you, just don't know what you can expect. I always tell people, you know, it's one thing to go down to the Dragon and hit all those curves and all those things, and that's cool and all. I mean, you know, I've done the Dragon 1,001 times, but like here in Kentucky, you never know what's going to be in the road, from squirrels to gravel, from a washout, from a driveway, or you come around a curve and sometimes that may, you know, be somebody in a pickup truck in the middle of the road. You just never know. So, yeah, you just got to be on your A game for sure. For sure you have to be on your A game. And, you know, you just got to make sure you know what you're doing. Know where you're putting your tires at. You know, that's the best thing. And I am really loving my 2023 Goldwing. But before I get into that, there's a house coming up here on the right that you guys are going to be able to see, where the only way to get to their house is a drawbridge. Legit drawbridge. Or like a bridge that you have to walk across. And I always think, what are they going to do with groceries? So it's coming up right here. You're going to see it. So the only way to get to that house is that bridge there. And you see that they park their cars right there on the street. So in the middle of a storm, or, you know, or it's raining, or they got a ton of groceries, they got to walk across that. Better them than me. So driveway like that, and a big old storm on the left there that we just passed, you never know. It could be a lot of rocks that could be in the middle of the road. So it's always best when you come around a curve, when you're riding out here in these back roads, is to, in my opinion, is to keep your wheels in either the left track or the right track, either one of them for sure. But like I said, you know, this is just good riding. You don't have to go far. This is maybe 15 minutes from my house, and from there, you know, you get home and you're ready to rock and roll. Look at this guy doing. What are they doing? Hopefully they will let me pass. But it's not really a good passing point coming up here though. But we got a lot of good twists. As you can see, right here in my backyard, it just doesn't get no better than this. I mean, you get the scenery, and you also get, you know, the curves. You get big old sweepers. And that's one of the reasons why up here in Kentucky, at least the people that I ride with, we have to change tires because you run out your sidewalls versus, you know, running down the interstate all the time and you're running out the center. I'm gonna get in sport mode really quickly because I like to be prepared that if this guy does let me pass, it's holding that fourth gear right there so I can really get out of here and move. Let's see if he's gonna let me pass him. Yeah. So he let me pass him. That's good. That's good, good, good. Now we're gonna have some more fun. Anytime I'm riding on the back roads, I always have my map up, whether it's on my Apple map, if I'm doing Apple CarPlay, or the map that's on the bike. But out here, you don't have a lot of signal. You know, when you're in Eastern Kentucky, you don't have a lot of signal. So it's better just to run from the GPS or from satellite from the bike. So that's always a good thing. So that way I can judge how deep the curve is, especially on a road that I haven't ridden on before. It's always a plus. And like I was telling my buddy Glenn came up a few weeks ago. I was telling him about when I'm riding, especially on these back roads, I do 2 up plus luggage for the weight of the bike or the suspension, just because it lifts the bike up some, and it also gives me a better lean angle when I'm riding. So you don't hear a lot of the scraping even at these higher speeds. Versus if you just one up without luggage, you know, you have a softer suspension as well. So in my opinion, with that harder suspension, it gives going that type of that sporty feel when I'm riding. I don't feel like it's bouncing all over the place. Especially on roads like this, you don't want to feel like you're riding on a cloud. You know, you want to feel like you're riding on rails, like the bike is holding to the road, which it is. And right now, whoa! So that car right there, you know, again, you never know what these guys are doing, especially in a Jeep Liberty. You never know what those things are going to do. So I kind of, on that curve there, I wanted to take it out a little bit wider, break it down some, and that way I can open back up. You know, you just never know what they're going to do. And I'd rather be safe than sorry. If it's going to be me going head on with the vehicle versus hitting the ditch, I'm going to choose hitting the ditch every single time. At least you have a fighting chance. And as a doctor, I'm going to tell you now, if you're going head on with a car, even at 45, 50 miles an hour, you know, times whatever speed they're going, the likelihood of you winning is slim to none. Especially when you're talking about a car. I mean, anybody that knows physics, you're going to know that you're not going to be that one, you know, that's going to win up against that car. But listen, guys, I am glad that you guys have ridden this ride with me, pulling out the first time with this dark side tire that I got on the rear. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys like the video. Let me know if you want to see more content, and what else you guys would like to see. From here. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Dr. Young Gun is out. Make sure you share the video. Peace out.